Being a gay black man growing up in the projects, it was quite challenging for me personally. It was crime-ridden. There was very little role models that I had to choose from.
It was tough growing up for me. I always felt out of place. I knew I was different. I was adopted at 8 months. Family life was really non-existent. My father wasn't in the picture.
I used heroin from the age of 18 up until about the age of 26. Some of the struggles that came along with my drug addiction was I was a petty criminal in order to support a drug habit, right?
Around the age of 12, 13, I knew I wanted to be a woman, but there was little guidance, so it brought on promiscuity at an early age.
Throughout my many incarcerations, I learned that I had tested positive for HIV. And so I just had like this fear, and my fear was that I would die in prison.
When I was on my own at 18, I started resorting into sex work so I could eat, so I could live. At that point, I didn't care about myself at all anymore. I lost all hope. And I found out I was HIV positive.
In the early 80s, the government response to AIDS was simply non-existent. And when no one had any clue, Tom Domkowski and his friends made the simple and historic decision to find a way for people in our community with AIDS to live and die with dignity.
So many people died out of love, because for many years they didn't know that anything existed like HIV or AIDS.
Really courageous members of the LGBTQ community and their friends from the straight community were just seeing their friends being forced to the streets, and that was really how Chicago House got started here at the Baton.
Upon entering Chicago House, of course, I came there as like a big ball of confusion, right? I had many issues. And so after being housed, my health actually improved, and I just began to see things a lot clearer.
Instantly, I felt at home. I felt that something just coming down from God telling me that I could breathe. And within about a month and a half after that, I was housed.
Over the years, we've evolved as the disease has continued to evolve. Our people are now moving forward with their lives, so that's how we started putting together the programs of the Trans Life Center. We've been open a year and a few months now, and it's really exceeding all expectations.
I'm especially excited that Chicago House has made a historic commitment to take on these issues, speaking primarily of transgender folks. But one thing that worries me is that one of the ties that bound together our community was the fact that none of us had these marital rights, relationship rights. With that tie no longer binding us, will our community still hold together?
After years of fighting for marriage equality and for civil equality, we're at a real tipping point, and whether you're poor and you're trans, or whether you're poor and you're gay, or you're poor and you're lesbian, like across the spectrum, we're gonna have to start looking out for each other.
It's really difficult for the trans youth out here today. You're forced to resort to doing things to survive that nobody would ever imagine. For me, Chicago House has been my angel that has came down and helped me. And now I can make my own money and feel like I have respect for my body.
Because of the mission of this wonderful organization, here I am. I'm still here. Today I am stable. I know who I am. Once that cloud of confusion kind of disappeared, I'm able to speak to the needs of a community that I'm a part of.
The best that we've ever accomplished has been when we've cared for each other and helped each other.
Being poor in America is painful. Being poor and invisible is even more painful. And Our LGBTQ brothers and sisters living in poverty are both poor and invisible.
We're all in the same boat, no matter how much money, or if you have a couple of dollars. We're all in the same boat.
Give somebody else a chance to have a better life. For programs to help house somebody, it's just you can't put words on that.